Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's live online training course by Millner, the Future of Work expert. My name is Azliana and I representing Global People Strategies. Our topic today is people analytics and the future of work in the new normal. Without further ado, I would like to invite Mr. Millner to start his presentation. Over to you, Dave.
Okay, thank you very much. And please just ask me anything you like, because this is your learning. This is hopefully going to give you a foundation in the area of people analytics, which is one of the key areas globally where a lot of practitioners are starting to want to learn a bit more.
Okay, my name is Sylvan. I'm from UOB Center of Excellence. My role is I'm doing the HR operations. So what are the things that I would like to learn from these 2 days of workshop is I wanted to know how to keep my staff engaged and to manage some of these attritions especially.
I'm Rebecca.
Hello, Rebecca. How are you today?
Good. My role, I'm in comment band. I'm from Gamuda.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. My name is Nazri.
Oh, hi, Nazri. How are you?
I'm fine. Good. I'm from Malaysian class or Nippon Ship Group, NSG, and I'm the HR country head for NSG Malaysia.
We've got a practical to do. Now, practical is obviously always interesting on Zoom. Any questions, any thoughts, any observations so far?
Dave?
Yes.
This is Nazri again.
Hi.
Okay. So I want the quality of hire. How to measure that? I mean, what's the formula that you use for the quality of hire?
So, good question. Two points. Quality of hire, most important recruitment metric that you need to be focusing on. If you're still focusing on cost per hire, time to fill, well, it's all very well and good. Quality of hire is the future of talent acquisition. So you should be thinking about it. And the second learning point is the quality of hire metric, which is going to be different for every organization, needs to be driven and underpinned by the business problems that your hiring has had over the last. Okay, I'm conscious that it's gone 5:30. You've got places and homes to go to. Thank you so much for sticking at it. The Zoom scenario is an interesting one. I hope we've managed to get across information as interestingly as I can. We've got more of the same tomorrow, same time. Really look forward to tomorrow. We've got some more case studies. We'll talk about a method, an implementation method to consider when you're looking at data projects. We'll look at your role and how we can think about, you might want to consider some things to think about in the area that you look at. And then we'll also, again, I'll share with you. It's been okay today. Thank you again for sticking at it, and we'll Zoom you again tomorrow, and have a good evening wherever you may be. Thank you very much for coming back. Today, obviously, we've got some more about people analytics. We've got 2 or 3 activities and exercises which we'll do the same as we did yesterday. We will do them collaboratively together. But please do get involved. Remember, there's the chat basis that you can do it via chat. But please just interrupt me and just ask questions, because it'll make the time flow so much quicker. And even if you just do the reaction buttons at the bottom, that also just helps me just to understand that everything is sort of okay. So that would be helpful.
Nazri again. Sorry. Have you ever experienced where, when you have an issue in the organization, where I'm talking about the quality, meaning that you have done your turnover good, you have done it, where you got a good SOP, you have good training, but unfortunately the result on the quality is not so good. Do you have any experience how to, to tap on this matter?
Yes. I've got a sort of a framework that I can share with you in a few slides. Remember, when it's based on evidence, that then has more impact on executives.
How about productivity?
Productivity data, absolutely, because you might want to, when are you looking at a team or a function? What are you thinking of?
Processing what I can do with all the data.
Yeah, so you've got this data, okay? So we've got the data that we're looking at: performance-related, staff data, capability, culture fit, competency, the engagement data. We've got maybe knowledge, skill data, some business, productivity was mentioned, the data. So we've got that. So what do you think we're going to do with this data now?
Maybe try to link the data, try to match it. Let's say, like, for example, from the business case, we
Brilliant.
From the business case, like what's the difference between high performing staff and okay staff.
And remember, I just remember my phrase of crawl, walk, run. Okay, we have got to make sure that we start in the right way, because as you know, when a child goes from crawl to walk, if it tries to walk too fast, guess what? They fall over and hurt themselves. You've got to remember that people analytics is the number one capability that HR practitioners want to become more involved with. So that's a global phenomenon from a report done by a company called My HR Future. Came out 2 or 3 months ago. People analytics is the big thing. Let's start with Rebecca. I'm going to pick on people now. So Rebecca, what are you thinking?
Which you have rightfully put it, this role is rightfully to be done by some analysts, some data analysts, and not these HR folk. But a lot of time in our organization, we don't have the luxury to have just a specialist there to do this data crunching.
Yes.
And I can see in the many examples that you have shared, it definitely requires more than just a couple of analytics to prove a case or to evaluate a situation. So again, the amount of data that is involved is seriously a lot.
Right. Yeah. And I'm not saying it's easy. React and survive, and I understand that. But remember that what you are doing is you're operationally being very busy, and that's great. But what we've got to do is we've got to think about the future. We've got to think about how we can change. Now, these are a range of books that I think will be helpful for you. As I say, you're already getting the Introduction to People Analytics, an ebook, courtesy of GPS Asia. So I hope you enjoy the book. It's written for HR practitioners. It's not written for statisticians. And so a lot of the messages I've talked to you about today will be reinforced through that book. These are other books which are really good. Some of the more simple ones here, some of the more complex ones there. And if you're into online education, then Analytics and HR is also worth having a look at. And even if you can even get money off some of their online courses, which they cover on basic stats, advanced stats, how to get started. There's a whole range of different things that they will focus on in a very individual way that can help you. If you wish, or follow me on Twitter. I've got over nearly 27,000 HR people who now follow me every day, because I share articles about the future of HR analytics. So please do connect, and I really wish you all the very best of luck. And if there's other questions that come to mind, then don't be afraid to come to me directly or go to the GPS team who can forward it on to me. So please don't be afraid to do that. I think if there's no other questions, enjoy Tuesday evening. You're at the end of Tuesday and you've already had 2 half days of training. So that's a lot more than most people. I hope I've given you food for thought. I hope I've given you lots of information to reflect on. And I just wish you the very best of luck as you move in your crawl, walk, run mode into thinking about how you can use data to show your credibility as an individual, but also show your credibility as an HR function. So thank you so much again for sticking at it. Wish you all the very best and have an
informative presentation, Dave. And thank you so much for participating in this 2 half-day live online training with Mr. Dave on this people analytics and the future of work in the new normal. So we hope to see you again, Dave, right? And we hope to see you again next time. All participants, thank you and have a great day.